Behind the headliners, rock thrived with cult favorites and near misses that slipped past the charts. Tonight, we're shining a light on the groups fans swear should have been bigger. Here are 10 underrated rock bands that deserve a second spotlight. Number 10, White Witch. Using flamboyant stagecraft with the gritty pulse of Southern rock, this ensemble carved out a wild, magnetic presence in the early 1970s. It's So Nice to Be Stoned emerged as the outrageous anthem, capturing live crowds with its cosmic grooves and tongue-in-cheek spirit.
It's so nice to be stoned.
Another staple, Showdown, showcased the band's ability to swing from psych-laced ballads to driving boogie within one record. The unit hailed from Tampa, Florida, recording for the Capricorn label, an imprint most associated with genre giants. Yet it granted this act only regional renown instead of broader fame.
Marijuana is the killer weed.
While their peers ascended national charts, these performers commanded a devoted cult following along the Gulf Coast and on the Southern tour circuit, inspiring fevered devotion among locals.
Did you hear? Take my pistol.
The sharply glam aesthetic and feverish live shows remain legendary among collectors and deep dive listeners, further solidifying their status as one of the overlooked treasures of the era's hard-edged, genre-bending sound.
It's so nice to be stoned.
Number 9, Hydra. Powerful riff-driven anthems and blistering hometown performances set this act apart in the crowded Southern rock landscape of the early 1970s.
So you wanna live so
Fans still recall Glitter Queen as an electrifying highlight of their debut, showcasing razor-sharp guitar interplay and raw vocal power. Alongside the infectious groove of Land of Money, this single reflects the group's knack for crafting gritty, memorable hooks that rarely found the same reach as regional peers. Though Atlanta served as a creative epicenter for these performers, most outside Georgia came to know their work through word of mouth and cult radio play. In 1974, their self-titled album appeared on Capricorn Records, the same legendary label associated with the era's greats. Yet national attention remained elusive. Never managing higher than regional recognition, despite opening for several marquee names, this ensemble's work stands as proof that talent and energy sometimes slip beneath the mainstream radar when timing and airplay don't align. Number 8, Pot Liquor. Horn-drenched guitar lines echoed across Louisiana bars as Cheer introduced a distinct merger of swamp textures and Southern rock grit. Another signature from this era, Levee Blues, found deep resonance among devoted listeners far beyond the Baton Rouge home base. Opening for major touring acts in the early portion of the 1970s, this ensemble briefly touched national airwaves, but never crossed into sustained mainstream acclaim. Released in 1972, the album Louisiana Rock and Roll captures the thick atmospheric production work from a time when local AM radio helped propel the single to regional prominence. This act's stacked. Harmonies, gospel-tinged choruses, and smoky groove carved out a cult footprint, inspiring later Southern rockers while always remaining a prized secret of deep-cut collectors. None of these tracks climbed higher than number 25 on the charts, yet the band's loyal regional following, especially among Gulf Coast listeners, endures in crate diggers' conversations. tracks evoke the humid soul of this corner of the South so vividly. Number 7. LaRue, Louisiana's LaRue.
A sassy style that will drive you crazy.
Some radio listeners on Gulf Coast stations were first hooked by New Orleans Ladies before this ensemble found wider attention in the late 1970s.
And they run just like a river.
The single became emblematic of a distinct mix of swamp influences and AOR polish, a sound rarely matched by contemporaries.
New Orleans ladies.
Later tracks like Take a Ride on a Riverboat further showcased sonic versatility and storytelling rooted in Louisiana's local identity.
Please hurt me and a fever grips your soul.
This distinct group's debut album dropped in 1978 on Capitol Records, exposing their energetic blend of southern rock and bayou textures to a national crowd, even as the mainstream focused elsewhere. Few realize that New Orleans Ladies actually cracked number 59 on the charts, making them a cult favorite among deep-cut connoisseurs and regional radio devotees alike. This tune, with its instantly recognizable harmonies, lingers as a hidden anthem for fans who championed its cause beyond the southern scene. Had label priorities shifted, these radio veterans might have become household names, but their underrated status only adds to their mystique. Number 6. Cowboy.
I spent my first few years with LA.
Signed to Capricorn Records at the dawn of the 1970s, this act carved out a unique country southern rock blend just as that sound was finding traction.
She sends me letters and some.
Please Be With Me stands out as a gently rolling ballad, later covered by Eric Clapton and revered by crate diggers for its heartfelt simplicity.
Won't you please read my signs, please?
Another high point, the easygoing Reach for the Sky from their early catalog, captures the thoughtful songwriting and rootsy harmonies that set them apart from bigger southern rock names of the day.
And the people turned me down. I was
Hailing from Jacksonville, Florida, and landing amidst the Allman Brothers Band's creative circle, the ensemble earned a seat on Greg Allman's 1974 solo tour, further cementing their legacy among insider musicians. Despite their influence and a few guest turns on gold records, this group's records rarely charted, never climbing above number 35 on the charts. Few acts from the era wielded such lasting impact among songwriters, even if recognition lagged far behind the mainstream.
I'm so absurd, 'cause in the end it all.
We're halfway through, and the bands from that era are stirring up deep-cut memories. Which of these underrated acts did you champion, or discover years later through a crate dig or playlist? Got a cult favorite we missed that should have been bigger? Drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear the names that never left your rotation. Number 5. Nantucket. Local club-goers in the Carolinas could always count on blistering energy from this ensemble during the late 1970s. Heartbreaker sets the tone for their signature blend. But Born in a Honky Tonk stands as another staple that captured radio ears in their early days. The act first drew attention outside their home state with a self-titled album released in 1978, produced in the legendary Bearsville studios of Woodstock, adding unexpected polish to their gritty sound. Although many fans cite electrifying gigs as the true entry point, the records carried an overlooked depth, shifting from bar band boogie to more ambitious arrangements that never got their due beyond regional followings. While Heartbreaker exemplifies their tight hooks and stage-ready drive, It's the lively storytelling in Born in a Honky Tonk that offers a glimpse at the cult appeal this track held in that era. Despite a reputation that stretched through club circuits, national acclaim and major numbers on the charts always seemed just out of reach. Number 4, Grinder Switch. Sliding into the Southern rock current with determined grit, this act unlocked a particular synergy during marathon live sets. Pickin' the Blues stands out as the anchor of their distinctive style, capturing the attention of devoted listeners in the late 1970s. Alongside that standout track, Red Wing drew underground acclaim for its evocative guitar lines and heartfelt delivery. With deep roots in Macon, Georgia, this ensemble gravitated toward the Capricorn Records stable, the same label that fostered the Allmans, which bolstered their credibility among regional audiences. Despite persistent touring and a signature blend steeped in blues tradition, commercial airplay seldom extended beyond dedicated genre fans, reinforcing the group's enduring cult status.
I wish that Red Wing and my baby would come home.
Their commitment to the road forged connections with diehards at every stop, but mainstream breakthrough proved elusive. While never achieving more than modest placements and remaining well outside number 10 on the charts, the group's recordings and reputation continue to inspire aficionados and musicians alike, embodying the overlooked spirit of Southern rock's long tail. Number 3, Stillwater. Echoes from late 1970s. Macon, Georgia clubs still swirl around Mindbender and its gliding talkbox guitar lines. A hidden anthem for crate diggers, this act found fleeting chart recognition with Mindbender, yet their other signature tune, Sam's Jam, persists on classic rock radio rotations. Following their signing with Capricorn Records in 1977, this ensemble drew on the Southern studio polish that defined the region, blending melodic hooks with a slightly psychedelic edge eschewed by bigger names. Unlike giants of the genre, airplay for Mindbender brought just a brief burst, number 46 on the charts, before industry focus pivoted. The band's guitar interplay and harmonized leads provided a refreshing counterpoint to harder-edged contemporaries, offering a welcoming space for listeners who preferred sunlit grooves. These deep cuts remain touchstones for fans of Southern rock's melodic side, securing a legacy as a cult favorite cherished by devoted listeners, but mostly overlooked outside dedicated fan circles. Number 2, Sea Level. Emerging from the vibrant Southern music tradition, this act delivered a singular blend of groove and sophistication that was impossible to pin down in the late 1970s. With That's Your Secret balancing jazz chops and Rootsy Cool and Rain in Spain echoing in FM rotation, their creative ambition stood out. Formed by keyboard virtuoso Chuck Leavell after his tenure with the Allman Brothers Band, their 1977 debut album became a cult favorite among crate diggers seeking adventurous compositions. Recorded in Miami's Criteria Studios, the project never cracked the commercial mainstream, even though critics noted the ensemble's tight arrangements and daring improvisation. Despite earning strong reviews, the record peaked only at number 68 on the charts, proof of how underappreciation often shadows innovation. Overlooked by most but quietly influential on fellow musicians, this fusion-leaning collective carved out its own niche, even as the music world shifted toward radio-friendlier Southern rock. Their legacy lingers in disconnected grooves and jazz-tinged explorations. Number 1. Dixie Dregs. A blend of instrumental prowess and genre fusion defines the debut of this eclectic act, first emerging from Augusta, Georgia. Take It Off the Top anchors their identity with a rush of technical guitar runs. While Cruise Control threads jazz, bluegrass, and rock in equally dazzling fashion. After the group's 1977 launch with the album Free Fall on Capricorn Records, their intricate arrangements staked a claim as cult favorites, admired by fellow musicians but largely absent from mainstream radio. Fans recall that Take It Off the Top even received a boost when featured as the opening theme for the classic rock radio program Rockline, yet the track's airplay never translated into long chart runs. The 1970s marked their deepest impact as a live act, a staple in late 1970s Southern clubs, but with a reputation that never rose beyond dedicated listeners. Decades later, instrumental guitarists routinely cite this ensemble's early work as foundational proof of overlooked ingenuity.